My name is Matthew McCoy, and my topic on war crimes is going to be torture. Torture is the act of inflicting physical or mental pain on an individual as a punishment to receive information from them. There have been multiple cases of torture that date back way before the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire, the Romans basically believed that torture was the easiest way to get the truth out of a victim or criminal. Um, there's multiple methods of torture that include waterboarding, beatings, threats, rectal feeding and rehydration, confinement box, the use of cold water, um, and multiple others. Some individuals say that some of the mental torture is worse than the physical torture, and it leaves them scarred for life even after they're released. Here are some of the treaties and agreements that have been signed in effort to stop the use of torture. Most of this torture is being done by two civilians, criminals, and prisoners of war. The Convention Against Torture has been signed by multiple countries. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights, Prohibition Against Torture, the Geneva Conventions has also been signed by plenty of countries and used in the United States as well. The United States is a part of the countries that have signed this and have acknowledged it. There have been multiple efforts made to stop torture. Like I said, there's multiple countries that have signed more than one of these agreements and treaties. The United States, Germany, United Kingdom, Australia, China, Brazil, and Japan have all signed. Um, Other smaller countries that have signed have been Pakistan, Afghanistan, Cuba, Mexico, and Saudi Arabia. Um, and it's interesting to see because a lot of these countries are at war right now or have multiple conflicts. Now to the offenders. The United States has been found on multiple occasions of torturing Guantanamo Bay. Um, they actually have been found torturing Iraqis. In 2004, there was a big uproar about that. The United States would do mock executions to some of the Iraqi detainees, and that sparked a lot of you know, rumors and talk throughout the country and with the United Nations. Japan has also been found on plenty of cases torturing prisoners of war and things like that. Even their own civilians, they have actually tortured. There's been a lot of cases in between there. Um, Multiple African countries torture their people all the time and prisoners of war. Mexico has also been found guilty. Between 2009 and 2013, 151 countries have been found torturing. Is torture a current problem going on in the world today? Yes, it is. The reason why it is such a big problem is because most of the countries that have agreed to the Convention Against Torture are the countries that have been torturing prisoners of war, detainees, and foreign individuals. Um, the United States has been fault to this, China has been fault to this, Korea has been fault to this, and multiple other countries. This is a problem because there's no one really following the rules, basically. How often is torture actually being done? It's being done a lot, and what the main problem with torture is that individual countries have to report their cases of torture, and they're not going to do that. And if they do, they'll just report a milder case or something that's not really deemed as torture. Or when they torture, they just might do it in a tactical way, so there's no way of really showing evidence of an individual being tortured. To wrap it all up, basically, torture is definitely a war crime that dates back to the Roman Empire, way early and before that. They did it because they believed that that was the best way to get out the highest truth. Since then, torture has definitely evolved to get out information, but some say that it's not really that effective and the best way to get information out of a prisoner of war or individual. Um, there have been multiple treaties and agreements signed to restrict the use of torture, and this number of countries is actually pretty large. And it would make you believe that nobody really tortures, but more commonly, these treaties have been broken by its participants. Enforcing the law against torture is difficult when reports are made by individual countries about their own cases of torture. So, um, the problem is basically that nobody can really be trusted to, show that they actually are not torturing because there's still cases of torture happening today. There is action being taken today by lots of organizations and groups to let the world know that there's still torture going on today and that it needs to be stopped. But until countries are trustworthy to agree with it, then it's going to keep going on. So there basically just needs to be awareness throughout for everyone that torture is still going on and is still happening today.